Hello everybody, on today's video we're gonna be talking about Druid for the season 2 of Dragonflight 10.1 patch. And yeah, I know in the beginning of Dragonflight Druid was really good, but with the patch 10.0.7 they kinda destroyed a little bit because of the new talent 3 and stuff. But I'm really optimistic, and with the new tier set that we're gonna see soon, and the new buffs they are doing this week, buffing all the healing and damage by 2% on the rest of Druid in PvP and PvE both. I think Druid is gonna look, is looking really good for sure. So we're gonna be talking about rest of Druid for a bit. Base ratios for rest of Druid, if I had to bet, is always the same one, to be honest. Night Elf. Shadow Melt is too good for rest of Druid because you can Shadow Melt, press Sprawl, then go for a stun with Rake, or just literally avoid CC with it. So Night Elf, really simple for everything, every bracket. The second best one, in case you don't like it, you can just play Tauren. Normal Tauren is good too for a Warstomp into Cyclone, and the rest ones are just, you know, whatever. Okay, let's go fast. Talents and PvP talents. We have, as you can see here, I have 6 different builds that I will post on the description. And basically the ones we're using now is the Brocoli ones, but on the patch they are reverting a nerf they did on Body Leaves that is basically from 50% nerf to like 30, so that's 20% difference. And I can tell you that this is gonna be worth using 100%, especially with the tier set. So we're probably gonna change, we're probably gonna go back to playing without the, playing with Body Leaves. The only problem with Druid right now is you kinda need to play Germination all the time because it's really strong to have double Ryu. But if you play Germination, you have to choose between Brocoli Incarnation 3 with these 2 talents or Body Leaves. And some people told me, why you don't play without photosynthesis and this? And I was like, you cannot play without this. If you play without this and you play 3 or Brocoli is useless, because this, what it does is that your bloom, when you're on allies, it has a bigger chance to proc, you know, to bloom. So when it blooms with this, reduce the cooldown, and this gives more, you know, make sure that it blooms all the time, you know. So it's just not worth at all to play without these 2. So you only have 2 options as Druid right now, and it's playing with Brocoli and without Body Leaves, or play without Brocoli and play Body Leaves, basically. So that's the 6 builds: 3 with Brocoli, 3 without it. I'm gonna show them quick. For the next patch, I can tell you you're gonna play the without Brocoli for sure, but on Shuffle there is a big chance you play with Brocoli, because Shuffle, you know, Brocoli is a lot of healing. You get rolling, insta healing too, so you don't need to cast much, and you know, you can like counter pressure all the offensive series from the enemy team with Brocoli. Otherwise, for 3v3 and 2v2, I'm really sure you're not gonna play it, but there could be some matchups, so you can just pick it. Anyway, let's go with the talents already. Brocoli anti-knock is basically playing with Nourish. Brocoli without Body Leaves, and what I mean anti-knock, I mean I just play Trank that cannot get knocks. So I play this into Windwalker monks, because Windwalker monks, I mean monks in general, can knock your Trank with Ring of Peace. Brocoli big arms. It is basically right now my Shuffle build that I will use right now. If I queue Shuffle right now before the patch, that is basically with Cultivation, Notice, and all you see here without Body Leaves and all this shit, as you can see. Play big NS too because of dampening a solo Shuffle. And here I have one specific one that is basically replacing Notice and adding Verdancy with the Trank, reduce cooldowns. In case I want to do like, I play with someone that doesn't move at all, Verdancy is really strong. You can get value from this. You can put the efflorescence in the floor and people can stay on it while you have blooms on them. Verdancy does a lot of healing. It's insane how much it does. Even though it got nerfed last 2 patches ago, it's still really good, especially the stay on it. And you can play this in case the kind of spam purge or the kind of klepto is even better, you know. But yeah, that will be the 3 broccoli talents that I will post on the description. And then the new talents that I think we're gonna be playing is this one. This one that I'm gonna show right now is, I think, the one you guys probably will play the most in solo shuffle. Here, obviously, you can just change. You can just play without Rake and play more defensive with this, or more offensive with more damage here, or more damage here. It's all preference, But here we just play Nourish. We stop playing Broccoli, and we just play Budding Leaves with the revert to the nerf. That's what we will play. And of course, we have the same build, but instead of Nourish, we just pick Verdancy and Dream State. That is the Tranquility that reduce cooldown of abilities 20 seconds. And then, obviously, in case we face monks and we are not sure about, we're not too safe and we're not too confident into facing monks and getting knocked on our trank when we're low HP, let's play the anti-knock one, so we don't get knocked with Notice, and that's all. And yeah, these patch, let's go with the PP talents. These patch, they add one new PP talent, and they already sent another one. So reactive skin, before it used to give you like 2 charges that when people do melee attacks through it, I think it was critical melee attacks, I don't remember correct, they will do some healing. It was not the greatest, but yeah. Now reactive skin, enemies have their movement speed reduced by 30% for 5 seconds when removing your heals over time effects. Stacking enemies are silenced and rooted for 3 seconds at 3 stacks. So when an enemy purge 1 hot, he will get 30% slow, and he will get rooted. No, sorry, he will get slow. So if he gets 1, he will get slow. 2, he will still be slow. But if he gets 3, okay, if he gets 3 hots, I don't know exactly what the internal cooldown of it is yet, because I haven't tested, but I think it's probably like 5 seconds. So if you purge 3 hots in a short period of time, you're gonna get rooted and silenced for 3 seconds. Okay, so I am not sure exactly the internal cooldown. I think it's like 5 seconds around that, but it will be good to test that, to be honest. And if someone knows in the comments, let me know. So I haven't like theory crafted full yet, but it should be around that. Otherwise, it would not make any sense. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna play focus growth no matter what, keyboard growth no matter what, because increase the healing as well of the tank. And the third one is always like you shop around. If they don't have ports, why would you play this? If they have melees, you can play Thorns. If you're playing a combo, you need your roots to don't break, you can just play deep roots. If you don't want to cyclone a lot because you like to cyclone a lot and you're playing rogue mage, or a combo where you cyclone a lot, you play high winds because you will get a lot of value from it. And the other new talent, they redesigned it. That this is really interesting, because before it will give you, when you go bird form, it will give you more armor. Bunking form will give you more stars of damage or something like this. But now what they do is they want to give you mana every time you go in these forms and do stuff. So if this could be good for choose if you play cat form, okay, but in threes and solo shuffle, I don't think you can afford to do this. Used to go in bunking form and you spam Wrath, Starfire or Star Surge, I don't think you have the time to do it because the meta is too fast. But in the future, I think this meta will slow down slowly with the more stats and stuff in the next seasons, or if they do some changes. So for now, I don't think it's worth even thinking about it, but in the future, it's pretty good. 2v2, cat form 1. Sorry. In 2v2, probably the cat form 1 could be good, because you want to play aggro, you play with a warlock, or you play with a shadow priest, then you are using cat form a lot, sure. Otherwise, I don't really see it. I don't really see how can it be worth to use it, Anyway, let's move on. Now we want to talk about the stats and crafted items. So for Druid, the stats are going to be the same as last season, or at least I think they're going to be the same. What I did, I always do on Druid, is I want to go between 18 and 22% haste. Now, this percentage can change depending on your preference and depending on the comp you play. You know, so you need more healing. Mastery gets a bit better, so instead of going 22% haste, you can go 19 or 18 even. I like to go in the middle, 20% haste, and rest mastery. 0 crit, as less as you can. Haste mastery, so 20% haste. Obviously, every item that can have burst at the best. And mastery, the rest. Crafted items. I actually crafted precognition because with the change they did with Cyclone last patch, it's good to bait kicks. And if you bait kick, haste is really good on Druid, so you can heal even more. But I think I did a mistake crafting it on the boots. I should have crafted somewhere else because we have the Infurious boots that before it will reduce the CC by 5%, okay? But now it gives you main stat when you like apply a CC, so Cyclone, Root, Bass, Maim, Rexton, whatever. Kicking, you cannot kick as Druid. Or displaying any target, increase your premium stat 510 stats every 30 seconds for 10 seconds. So it's kinda a lot of stats. It's 510. I'm not sure if it's like half in arena, haven't checked it yet, but it's still insane. The only problem is the stats. They are crit versa. So I don't know. I don't know if there is more. Obviously we will have the, you know, the ring one that we have right now. This one is really insane. 249 mastery. This one is best. So there will be some matchups. I recommend you to maybe relax a bit. Don't craft anything yet. I mean, you can just craft it later anyway, if in case you want to craft it now, but I think these three are the best. I hear about these healing darts, but I got told that you need to aim them used to get heal from it, so it's kind of hard, and I don't think it's worth even. And there is some PvE ones, but it's not worth at all because, you know, you get the stamina and the intellect, so it's not worth. And yeah, I think these three are the best. And yeah, one sec. And yeah, I think that's all for that. Healing rotation in PvP. What healing spells to use when low HP? It will just depends on the situation, and you will just have to depend on your positioning as well. You know, how do I explain it? If you are, it depends on the situation. So, one sec, I'm just getting DDoS in real life. Sorry, I had family coming here, and yeah, I had to fix something. Sorry, I can talk now. Sorry, boys. Okay, so healing rotation in PvP. What healing spells to use when low HP? So on Resto Druid, many people do so many mistakes. I did a lot of both review to Resto Druid, a lot of real coaching about it. You know, especially on Druid, not even on my main class that is Shaman, but on Druid, and many Resto Druids just fail on the most basic thing that Druid has, and it's the most OP one. So you guys need to understand Verdant Infusion extends all your HOTS when you press Swiftman, yeah? What is your more OP HOTS apart from Lifeloom? Obviously, we'll extend Lifeloom to Scenario Ward. Scenario Ward does the most single target HPS, burst HPS, sorry, out of any other HOT. So when I see people do it can happen though, that you press Swiftman and then after you press Scenario, it's just you're already losing a lot of fucking HPS. So what you want to do is just press, obviously try to have Renew or regrowth buff, wild growth buff, so you can apply, you can press Swiftman, because otherwise you cannot press it. As you can see, oh shit, I had the other Renew. But as you can see, it becomes gray that you cannot press it because there is not a Renew, wild growth or regrowth up. So what you need to do is simple. You need to press Swiftman, have a Renew or regrowth or wild growth up, and then when they proc it, it will go to 8 seconds or 7. It was 8 or I think it was something like that, 7 seconds maybe. Then when they proc it, you press Swiftman. You don't press it before the proc it, because otherwise it won't get extended. Okay. And that's basically the best thing you can do, and we want to talk about it here again, but it's so important. You need to don't fail that. Okay, another so apart from that, it's just simple. Make sure you have life looms up all the time, especially next patch or new season, because of the budding leaves. The more time you have your life loom up, the more it heals to a certain amount. So if bloom is about to fall and you're putting reuse and you forgot to life loom, you're gonna lose so much healing. It's disgusting. You need to make sure your life loom never falls. Never. When you play budding leaves, never. Because this talent is so OP. It's literally your top healing. You need to make sure your life loom doesn't fall ever. Okay? So, best way to heal: triple life loom on the guy, one reju, or depending if you wanna, you know, I mean double reju. Then the best way to heal is after you have all the hots up, you know, double reju and life loom, you send adaptive swarm whenever it gets on the target because it has travel time. Scenario ward, the procket, boom, sweetman. You extend adaptive swarm, double reju, bloom, and scenario ward. You extend everything. Obviously, you have a regrowth too, it will be insane. Then, what is better to do with sweetman after? A reju or an S? It depends. If you are in broccoli, sometimes if you are in broccoli, you are playing it. Next patch, it will depend. Sometimes you need to hold the global. So sometimes you don't throw the Soul of the Forest, you don't waste it. You just wait for a situation, you know. Maybe go for a stun meanwhile. And then if the target drops too low, you press the Nest, you know. Sometimes if you know there is not that much damage coming, you press Sweetman and then you throw a Ryu. It's simple. Because it buffs the Ryu too. That's how you do it. You need to understand when the burst is coming and when it's not. That's the main problem with Druid. And that's when many people fail. And the tip that I said about pressing Scenarion, let them proc it and then extend it, that thing will help you a lot. And trust me, I did a lot of both review to Resto Druids, and that's the main mistake they do. And I've been doing it for the whole last season. On my stream, every Druid was failing the same way with the Scenario Wars. So that's all. And of course, Nourish we wanna play it a lot after removing this, unless we play Verdancy. But yeah, Nourish basically what it does is when you cast a regrowth, you get one stack that basically will do reduce the cast time, and it will get more mastery bonus. Okay, so what I want to do is get 3 stacks, because the cast will be faster till it gets instant, and it will get more mastery value. So I cast it 3 times. You see lights up there, and it will be instant. Best way to use Nourish with full hots. So make sure you have every hot up. Obviously, you need to have triple bloom to Nourish. You know, that is fine. And that's when you notice, boom, 100k heal. Because let's say now I cancel all my blooms, all my hots, and I notice, okay? Let me get the triple reju, so you see. So now, I don't have, it did 97k. It did 97k with triple hot. Now it's gonna do 27k without it. So this is important that you guys do it with full hots. And I could even have more if I put swarm, if I put regrowth, or if I use overgrowth, you know, then it will do even more. But that's basically it. And yeah, there is nothing else. Rotation is simple. It start with putting life looms always, because life looms, the more they are up, the more it heals with budding leaves. Because on Wednesday you don't want to play budding leaves. And yeah, swarm on CD on the turret that are getting hit. Blooms on both DPSs. Sometimes when they are not going, when they are only going on one target, let's say you are playing Elemental Summon, Warrior, Resto Druid, and they are only going on your Elemental Summon, only on him, okay? You put life loom on yourself, and then you put life looms on the LA. The order doesn't matter. But both of you have you don't need to put it on the water, because they're not going on him at all. So you put it on yourself, so you proc photosynthesis. While your life loom is on yourself, your periodic heals heal 20% faster. So You have two choices. Put life blooms on both DPSs if they're getting hit, both of them. It's insane because it's really good. You do a lot of healing and you proc a lot of blooms, so you get more free regrowths, blah 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 blah, all this shit. That's what you should do a lot of the times because people shop on HOTS and they're like, oh, this guy has bloom, I go on the other guy. But you have blooms on both, so you keep both blooms on both. That's basically what you do. But if there is some comps that only do single target and they cannot like afford to swap because of mobility reasons or comp reasons, then you put life bloom on yourself. Even with one stack, you don't need to put two because that's a lot of mana. I mean, it's 1% mana, whatever, but it's mana, you know. Mana matters a lot. You put one, okay, and then you put the 3 on the target that are going on your shaman, for example, and make sure his bloom doesn't fall. Yours, it can fall, but make sure to reapply later. Your one doesn't matter. The one that does matter is his bloom, so it doesn't change, okay? It cannot drop. If it drops, it will lose a lot of healing. And that's basically it. Any questions about it, ask me on the description. Macros. On Druid, all I can recommend you, as I did in last video with macros, I recommend you to do this macro with an S. Because sometimes, for some reason, you could be too slow to, like, for example, let me press the NS from the spellbook. So you understand, you could be too slow to press NS. Okay, now I cannot press it because wow, it's a fantastic game. You could be too slow to press NS and then regrowth. With the macro, if you are not in global, you will get it instantly, you know. And yeah, more macros for Druid. I just make a macro for myself to innervate with pliers, so I don't need to target myself, you know. I can just target this guy and press innervate and it will go on me. And they cancel out a macro, cancel form, sorry, is really important. That I talked about it on the last guide I did. Cancel form. Basically, this macro, what it does is when I go in a form and I press the macro, I'm gonna drag it here so you understand. It cancels my form. Even if I'm off GCD, it cancels it. Why is this macro good? I explain you why. Druid is one of the hardest classes in terms of min-maxing mobility. Why do I say this? Okay. For example, when you're getting trained by rogues, you know, rogues have a poison on their weapons that every sorry, I'm being sick the last week. So they, as I was saying, they have a poison on their weapons that every time they melee attack, they slow, you know. So sometimes you are slow. Let's say you are slow in travel form, and they slow you again. So you are running slow. You're running on this, you know. So every global, let's say every second they slow you, you know, with the weapon. So what you need to abuse on Druid is every time you press the macro, you swap form. And people don't think about this, but going from travel form to normal one is swapping form too, and that removes the slow too. So what you just do, I mean, what you do is just, okay, I get slow, I want to get away from the rogue, right? So I just get slow in travel form, he slowed me, I cancel it, he slowed me again, I swap again, cancel again, go again, go bear form, he slow me, I swap again, you know, by pressing the macro. And people will say one thing, why you don't press the macro, the form 2 times instead? Because I have macros for that. You see this macro? This macro is basically because, look, I'm just gonna drag, what is it? What is cat form here? If I can find it one day. Yes. Cat form is here, okay? If I spam cat form, I cancel the form. You see? Sometimes there is some situations where you're panicking, okay? And then you're spamming, let's say you're spamming bear form. Where is it? Let's say you get stunned and then you're like, oh my god, or let's say you get blind and or trap and you know, oh my god, they're gonna go me after the blind or the trap and they're gonna kill me after because I have no skin, I have no trinket, I have nothing. Then I'm like, oh, I'm spamming bear form, spamming. Oh, and you leave it by mistake. So with this macro, even if you spam it, even if you spam the macro, you don't go off, and you don't go off the form till you are off global. So you cannot panic with this, you know. That's the point of it, and that's why it's really good to have a cancel for my macro and these macros for Druid. I remember the first time I played Druid on like high level, facing the best players in the world, they were abusing this. They were abusing that I didn't know this. And I was panicking and I was tanking polymorphs from mages left and right. And trust me, this helped me. This was game changing. Especially the cancel for macros. Because I could, before when I was facing Wes, people that don't know that's one of the best rocks in the game, I couldn't get away. And now he cannot reach me. You know? Because I'm too fast. So yeah. That's all. That's all for the macros part. Tips to survive when you're getting trained and hard swap. On Druid, many people fail. I mean, fail. Many people get I mean, let's be honest. People like to swap on Druids. It's like with summons. I mean, it's different. With summons, you like to train them, but it's hard to swap them because they have a lot of cities, so you need to go through all the cities first. But on Druid, you like to swap them, and it's hard to train them because they have a lot of mobility. So on Druid, you can get trained, but if you abuse the macros that we talk about, used to avoid the slows. Sorry, I'm having Ipo now. So to avoid the slows, yeah, it will be hard to connect for you. So when they're doing a hard swap on you, it will just depends on what you have. So you don't have the proc that will give proc and heal you when you're 40% HP. You don't have a skin. You don't have a renewal, trinket, anything. You're probably gonna die, yeah? So make sure you're in the back. Make sure you have life, triple life loom up, you know. Double reuse. Worst case, you can use, give you a swiftment. I mean, adapt to some with swiftment to like gain time, 20 seconds almost. And then, you know, the rogue is gonna step to you or the water is gonna charge you, you just press Verform, you know. And that's all you can do. Obviously, sometimes that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna be too slow. It's gonna be a too fast situation. Let's say you get standing human. I swear to God, sometimes it's better to press a skin on cooldown than just pressing it when you're 20% HP and just dying through. So, if you're super high rated and you know what you're doing, when you're getting, let's say the game starts and someone stuns you insta and they're going, you know they're going on you, you just press skin 0.1. 0.1. It's 20% less damage, and yeah, it's huge. Trust me, it is. Especially with this one that gives you a 40k shield, is good. That's one of the people's mistake that try to hold skin too much and they died. And they die when they're low HP. So that's one. And pre-bear forming as stun is insane. But obviously you need to be really experienced to know when you're gonna get stunned. You need to have the knowledge about the game. So when you get the games going, you wanna be like, okay, on my add-on Omnibar says that the warrior has stun in 30 seconds. I know warrior stun has travel time. So I'm just gonna stay max range from the AP warrior, this warrior, and when I see the stun flying, I'm just gonna press Verform. In case they go me. It's fine, you know. Obviously when you're high rating and you are high experience like me, even if they have a stun ready, I know that stun cool, they're not gonna go me because of this and that situation, you know. And I know they will go me because of this and that, I know. But many of you don't know, so pre-bear falling on low rating and storable is good no matter what. Okay? Unless your teammate is 10% HP, then you need to heal him no matter what. Okay? So, first, don't panic. It's better to press early than not press. So, stun you, insta skin. When you leave the stun, overgrowth. You can use melt to get time. And on that global, you use press swiftment and S. Or you can use overgrowth, Verform, and renewal. Boom. Simple. And then frenzy, of course. Best comps for Druid in 2v2 and 3v3. 2v2, play Druid Hunter is always OP, always broken. And then Druid with the next melee. The most broken melee in the game, good. No matter what. It's always like this. Hunter Druid always broken, unless Hunter is unplayable, but it's always OP. So no problem with it. And then choose the best melee in the game and put it with Druid. It will work. If Druid is good, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be one of the best healers, trust me on this one. And what else? And yeah, maybe some caster Resto Druid with cat form, you know. Like Destro Warlock Resto Druid should be good. Maybe with SP, who knows? SP looks really good too. So yeah. For 3v3, Druid has always been good with casters. Let's say Mage Lock, let's say LL Lock, SP Lock too. Comes like this, you know, with Lock, basically. And yeah, you could see, with all the buffs this season, you could see Resto Druid being good with melee cleaves. But yeah, will depend on the meta. Druid is gonna do a lot of healing this season because of the new tier sets that I don't think we saw it yet. So we wanna show it quick. Let me go here because you need to do some fucking career in the university to like find the sets here. Holy shit. Look. Okay, so you guys understand this, as I said on the summon guide, all the sets are nerfed 50% in PvP. So what you see here is gonna be half in arena. I believe for everything it works like this from the sets. If some percentage doesn't work like that, then I don't know. I haven't joined arena with a set because I don't have it. Regio and Life Loom healing increase by 10%, 5% in PvP, and regrowth. I mean Regio and Life Loom, sorry, and regrowth healing overtime increase by 50%. It should be 25 unless Blizzard does some stupid shit. That's a lot. That 5% from double Regio and double Life Loom. That's humongous. That's insane. That's just insane buffs to Druid. And let's not talk about the regrowth healing overtime. The overtime healing. Overtime healing with this is already insane. It's already insane. Like, it's a lot of healing. Like, Druid is gonna own so hard on the next patch. And then we have the 4 set. The Floaties part we don't care because you don't want to play Floaties ever. Verdancy Infusion, okay, the thing that makes your Swiftman extend all the HOTS. Cause your next Swiftman, your Swiftman target, so the people you press Swiftman on, to gain 15% more healing from you for 6 seconds. That's gonna be 7.5 in arena unless Blizzard does something. That's insane, okay? It's insane. It's crazy good, okay? Like, Druid, trust me, I will put all my money on it. It's gonna be good, okay? No matter what. It's gonna be good. The best healer? I don't know. It will be close, I think. But maybe, who knows? It depends on the meta, to be honest. Okay, common mistakes, too greedy positioning. Okay, Druid, for a long time, it's been a passive, really passive healer, so positioning is really simple. I'm not gonna go staying too much on this. Stay in the back and do nothing. Literally, heal, don't let your life looms heal, and heal. Whenever you are 2 ahead on the matchup, whenever you know you have cooldowns to recover in case you fail, or in case someone is gonna die randomly, then you can just go in, stun, cyclone, boom. That's all. Stay in the back, do nothing, and trust me, the rating will come with it. The less you do on Druid, the better it is. Trust me, your HPS is insane. Druid is the best AFK healer in the game, and it's been like this for a few years already. So stay in the back and do nothing. Too greedy, as I said before, it's better to press skin early than not pressing it too late and dying. Same with Summon Wall and same with many healers. Same with the NS, to be honest. 3, Overgrowth Usage. Okay. The 3, we're probably not going to play it anyway, but I'm going to explain it anyway. When you play Brocoli, you want to press it, especially in solo shuffle, just press it when the game starts. When the enemy just charge in, boom, press Brocoli instant, and you heal, so you get it faster back. But in 3v3, you want to press Brocoli when the enemy team pops cooldowns. That's basically it. When the enemy team pops cooldowns, boom, Brocoli. Because you will have it back to the next cooldowns, anyway, so... Because this is... with this too, it's super short cooldown. You know, it's like, you know, it's not even 2 minutes, so, or around that. So whenever they pop cooldowns, boom, pop it. Okay, and now this is when I did a lot of bot review. This is one of the most important things that every Druid fails on: overgrowth. People are like, I'm just gonna press it. When their guy is 90% HP, and you have all the time in the world to put hot by hot and relax. You know what I mean? You have all the time in the world to do it. And then, when I was watching the bot review, they press overgrowth like that, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. If it's good enough, it's not gonna matter. Boom. 20 seconds later, he gets CC, his hots are falling, He leaves the CC, the guy's 20%, and he doesn't have overgrowth, and he dies. You know? You only want to overgrowth when someone really needs it. It's like an S. You only want to do it. You can do it for mana too, but you want to do it when they need it. So, and you pop it when they're low HP or when you need the hots. When you need insta hots. When you need to recover from situation. Not because you're lazy to used to rehot. If someone is high HP and nothing is going on, obviously if he's 80% HP and you have no hots, okay, and they're popping every cooldown, boom, you send it. It's every cooldown, go, send it, you know. But I've seen many druids just literally sending it for no reason, okay, and that's all. Scenario War, what I said earlier, simple. Just put one Ryu, make sure you have Ryu or regrowth or the wild growth up, so you can press Swiftman, then you press Scenario War. Make sure they proc it, because they need to proc it, otherwise your scenario, otherwise it's not gonna heal. And then you press Swiftman, whenever they proc it, it will extend, and boom, that's all. Best add-ons for Arena, as I said yesterday, all I recommend too is to have big debuffs, is really good. Is to see, like, especially for Druid, big debuffs to see the Druids on the party. With the big debuffs, apparently this season, you cannot see them too big. All the hots with big debuffs, you will see 5 or 6. I think 6. So get this add-on. Blizzard Raid Flames bigger buff. So the buffs are bigger, so you can see all the hots better, you know. Get dampening display, so you can see a damp. You don't need to have the debuff anyway. You can get it anyway to see a dampening you want. Get details. Details is the add-on that shows all the healing, all the damage, CC kicks, you know. So you can flame your DPS for no kicking. Diminish options. Diminish is basically the add-on that is here, where you can just see your own DRs in case you want to get stunned. In 5 seconds you will know it, so you're ready for it. When you go to Omnibar, Omnibar is the add-on here that shows all the abilities from the enemy team. Kicks, ZCs, CDs, offensive, defensive CDs, whatever. Anything else you want to track. Omni City, the same but for your teammates. You have it on your raid frames. It's gonna appear here. Because I have my raid frames here, and you can see or if they have kick or cities ready or trinkets, you know. It's really insane too, especially when you play no boys or you wanna call your teammates cooldowns like every healer does. And then you have the Gladius or S Arena. I use S Arena just to see the enemies bars here, and you can put them on focus, target, you know. And weak auras. That's all. Weak auras is really important these days, where you can track, for example, this is a weak aura. So I see my Soul of the Forest. In case they purge it, then it will disappear. Or in case I use it, it will disappear, you know. And that's all. Tips for solo shuffle. As I said earlier, for solo shuffle, literally, trust me, this one, it works. Stay in the back and do nothing. If you want to get high rating, first of all, learn how to heal. And learn how to heal good. Stay in the back, avoid CC, and heal. Till you room. When you room, then you can start thinking, okay, maybe I should play more aggro because I'm gonna anyway, so maybe I need to do something with my team, you know? Till then, stay in the back, do nothing, and heal on Druid. It's literally like that. Zero offense. Maybe you can go for a stun on the DPS if it's close, you know? Close to you. Just for fun. Positioning goes with this. Stay in the back, away from the fight all the time. So you avoid CC and do nothing. Literally do nothing. Stay in the back, do nothing. What to do with my team in safe series? Who press first? On Druid, it's the same as other healers, as I said on the last video. Just literally, when you get to high rating, people press first always. It's like a hidden rule. So let them press, especially if you have hots. But you have all the hots up, you don't have to worry about anything, because on high rating people will press. But on low rating people just run behind pillars and all this shit. On low rating on Druid, I actually recommend you to press first. Especially if you know, like, you see the warrior, because it's always the water players or the rogues, because they have too much ego. You see your hots are gonna fall soon and you're gonna get CC in a second. You just literally trinket the blind instantly and go chase him. And if you die, ignore him because he's gonna flame you, of course, like they always do. And fuck it, because you see he has no trinket and he's gonna go behind the pillar and die because the hots are falling. Literally just trinket for him and just press. Just press overgrowth, bark him, and nest, whatever it is, you know. You just try to keep all the hots up, and if they're gonna fall, make sure you press. Obviously, if you press, you have all the hots up all the time and you're good with positioning and pre-extending your hots before a CC with Scenarion, then they will be healthy the whole time. But of course, some people will purge, and that's why you have this, just to avoid that situation sometimes. And yeah, that comes with the tilt. Tilt, literally, start ignoring people. Like, it's so underrated. I believe on this patch, maybe they added an option to like disable the chat or something. I don't know what it was. I think I heard about it, but if someone is barking at you, literally right click, boom. Ignore. Just ignore them. And if he's been too offensive, report them. Send them. Just send them. Just ignore them. Don't even answer because you're gonna get banned. Trust me, I didn't get banned yet, but I call people donkeys and apes all the time when they're arguing because, I mean, I'm honest. I'm good at the game. I know what I'm doing and I know what people should be doing. So when someone that doesn't know how to play the game argue with me, I call them back and I call them donkeys all the time. So don't even argue with them because you're gonna get banned. And my day will come one day. So so watch out with it. And I was about to say your face Uber called the police, but face Uber is getting nerfed on Wednesday. So we might not see them again, and that's good. So yeah. That's all for the rest of the guide. I hope you guys like it. I don't think I have missed anything. And if I did, make sure to let me know in the comments and I will help you all. And I see you guys on the Evoker guide probably tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Follow my stream and the description of my Twitter. And if it's not too much, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And have a good one. Peace.